because I was always in the community serving. My husband and I used to go out. I'm not sure. I think it was Southeast D.C., Southwest, also Northwest. We would go out, and we would find that it was a lot of women with children that were homeless and in these encampments. I mean, it was terrible. They were sleeping in rat-infested encampments. So collectively, we would find out. We would ask them, what did they need? I mean, I wish that I was able to afford housing, but of course, I can't do that. But we could come together and buy you a tent. And oddly, some of the women would call me because they had my number, and they would call me. It was one lady her name was, we called her Mom. She was 86 years old. She used to sleep. She was homeless, and she slept in this encampment. And one morning, I remember it was like 3 a.m., and she called me crying and saying, I woke up, Sudan, and it was a big rat on my chest. And she said, I was out of there screaming. And so I said, Mom, I'm sorry. Like, what can I do? She said, I can't sleep in their sleeping bag because, when the rats run, they urinate. So I said, okay, the next day we let some of the people know that in our group, because it's a group of us, a group of mothers and women, I need tents. Can we come together and get tents? Well, how many do you need? I need 10 tents. I need sleeping bags. So we would come together. We would put our money together. Somebody would buy it, and I would distribute them. And that's a part of it.
Wow. You said there's other women. Is it a formal organization that you have? Is it a name of an organization that you all have started?
Okay, under Sudan Services of Love, which I network with other women from different churches. Like, I want to share this. My husband's friend, brother passed, and he very expensive taste. So he had a lot of shoes that his wife told my husband she can come and get these shoes. It was maybe about 100 to 150 pair of high-end shoes, okay? So I networked with one of the sisters after my husband took what he wanted. And I asked her, I said, well, I have a lot of shoes and I have men's clothes. So she said, bring it to the church. I did. To my surprise, this church has a room set up. It looks like a boutique. So when people come to the church, they dress them. The room was beautiful. I was amazed at what some of these people in the churches are doing. And I just have to say this beautiful networking of Muslims and Christians that and again, it's mainly women. And I don't want to jump around. We also go into the safe houses as well. So it's just a beautiful networking of women that's coming together, and we share ideas. If I need things or they need things, because I get so much. I get things from it's a warehouse in Maryland, and they distribute to restaurants. So I can come there, and I get so much stuff. It's a blessing. I don't have to say all praise is due to Allah. I get so many things that I'm able to share.
Wow. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Brother B, did you have something? I don't want to cut you off.
We got Brother Nabar back in the show. Okay. Brother Nabar, you there?
Assalamu alaikum. Ramadan Mubarak. I am here, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, Sister Sudan. The I don't know if you talked about this before, but of course I came into the mosque in Muhammad Mosque number 4 in Washington, D.C. And even though we did the flyer about serving people in the shadows of the U.S. Capitol, which is literally what is going on, but it's really not in the shadows, because these people that are suffering, that have nowhere to go unless something's changed, you see them every day, and they're right down around your station, many of them, and they're not far from the Capitol, because you can walk to the Capitol from Union Station. So is that still the situation down there, or have they pushed people out of that area?
So let me share what's happening now. And I want to go back to COVID because there's a lot of, oh my God, when COVID hit, they was trying to clean up the areas in D.C. because, it's a lot of Caucasians moved into the area. They took a crane. They told the homeless people that they had to leave, so they did put flyers up. And some of the homeless people who didn't move, it did make the news. Some of them, when they lifted their tent, some of the men were still in the tent when they used a crane to move these people. Then during COVID, I remember, and I'm telling you, I was there. So I'm not saying anything that I read or heard. I was there, boots on the ground. Pfizer trucks were lined up. It was a homeless encampment near, not that far from Howard University. So Pfizer trucks were there, and they offered the people. They gave them pizza, and they bottled water, and they said, if you get vaccinated, we'll put you in a hotel for about 2 weeks until you get your second shot. Then they promised them that they would get them a place to stay. I have to share this with you. So many people passed.
Oh, no.
After that. So many people passed where I had lost a lot of them that I knew. I know I had to get audited about it because so many had passed where some of the homeless people said, I'd rather move to another encampment or find another place. I'm not going into the hotel. I'd rather be out here because they're dying. What's in that vaccine? I'm telling you what I know. These people,